Everybody wants to hear about Hell Week, so let's hear about your experience.
Teammates would just punch them in the back of the head and they would like fall over. If you're not carrying your load, the instructors don't have to do anything, right? Your classmates are going to take care of you. One of the instructors brought out a boombox and they played the techno hit Around the World, like around the world, around the world, for the entirety of that like 10-hour evolution. To the point where, like, at one point, the music stopped and he goes, oh, shit. Like, we ran out of batteries. I'll be back. He paddles back, like, comes back.
Everybody wants to hear about Hell Week, so let's hear about your experience in Hell Week.
Yeah. Let's see. Hell Week 1, loved the beginning, right? Loved Sunday night, loved Breakout. Then, like, you get into it, right? I think it's Monday night. You feel really sorry for yourself. And at least that's what, like, I think it hits like 24 hours. That high wears off and you're like, okay, I've been doing this 24 hours. You feel sorry for yourself. And I remember one of my friends was a brown shirt rollback, right? And so he's supporting, and I just ran by, like I'm running to like chow or whatever. And I was like, Joe, like, is this as crappy as it gets? He's like, yeah, brother, just keep moving forward. And I was like, all right, good. But like, that's when, I want to say majority of the class quits that Monday night because people are feeling sorry for themselves. Second thing that I would call out, so like after that, like then you get into the groove and like you're just like moving forward. I don't think people talk about like how ruthless it is under a boat with people. One of the things I loved was like seeing boat crews kick the underperformers out and like just the viciousness of it. Like when you see someone ducking boat and like their teammates would just punch them in the back of the head and they would like fall over. Like, I don't think like it is like, if you're not carrying your load, the instructors don't have to do anything, right? Your classmates are going to take care of you. So I love that aspect of it. Wednesday night was, I think it's Wednesday. Yeah. We did camp surf. And I don't know if people, that to me was the worst evolution. So it was, 1 a.m. and for 4 hours, there's like the wind is blowing. It's probably like 50 degrees outside. You're soaking wet and we're digging a trench with our paddles. And every minute on the minute for 4 hours, we go hit the surf and your body is so saturated with like salt water, so chafed. Every single time you would jump in that water, it was like shock therapy. It was like a million needles just like crushing my body to the point where you don't, right after Hell Week, you never want to get into the ocean again. Mm-hmm. It's because you have this like this, you were just tortured into recognizing like it's not comfortable getting in that water. So that's what I remember. And then fun thing, we did Around the World where you're rowing the boats around the entire San Diego or Coronado Peninsula. And one of the instructors brought out a boombox and they played the techno hit Around the World, like around the world, around the world, for the entirety of that like 10-hour evolution. To the point where like at one point, the music stopped and he goes, oh shit, like we ran out of batteries, I'll be back. He paddles back, like comes back, 30 minutes later with it bearing, he's like, I got new batteries, boys, and like puts it on and you're just like listening it to again. So then I will say, like, again, I love the instructor cadre. Matty Roberts was our first phase instructor. That guy is,
that guy's an animal.
He is, like one of the cool, he told us, he's like, look, if you guys are here after Hell Week, I'll tell you how I got the Silver Star, and like told us that story. And to have that, one of the things, again, amazing people, right? But that's your first phase instructor. A lot of people don't know, like he was nominated for the Medal of Honor, and like you get to learn from that person, like how cool is that, right? And like that is the guy who's putting you through the gauntlet. Like I loved every moment of it. So
damn.
Yeah.
So what did it feel like, to graduate buds and SQT? I mean, when you finally got your trident.
It feels good, right? It's a good accomplishment, and then I would claim like the real work starts, right? And it's like, I think the teams do a good job of that. It's like, look, congratulations, you've made it to the community, and now like it doesn't get easier. It gets faster. It gets harder. The expectations are real. We're no longer in training environments. You're getting ready to go to war, and so. Loved that. Again, I checked in SEAL Team 7. Actually, like one thing that again, I don't think a lot of people appreciate this. At least, probably the same for you when you guys were like going through it, but, you experience just like in that community, you see a lot of death. Like more than any, like I've been to more, right? You go to a ton of memorials, like a lot of funerals, and that's something that I don't think the public realizes, like, oh, it's 21, 22, 23-year-old young men are just, in those first couple of years going to a ton. The week before we graduated SQT, extortion happened. And one of our classmates, Brock, his brother, Heath, was on that airplane, right? And so it's like very real. We check into SEAL Team 7. I think it's Mike Tatham. He, he died in R&R, but he was deployed to Afghanistan during that time. And so I thought that was kind of, when I reflect back and think about it, that's something I don't think, thankful to be part of the teams, but a lot of people don't get to, that's like one of the things that I think helps shape you as like a young man, being around, all of, war, death, all of it. So
yeah. What was it like checking into 7 for you?
It was good. Again, those guys were deployed, and so we had like 2 months of, I was going to schools. I went to Tier 1 off-road, which was cool. Got to learn how to drive off-road vehicles. And then when the team got back, they're reorganizing. That's when I got to go deploy with, I got to augment development group. And so, and then, after Pro Dev hit ULT, and that was a ton of fun too.
Yeah. So you check in and you go right into a dev group deployment.
Yeah. So,
that's like winning the lottery too.
Yeah, no, exactly. And can cover down on that. But so to be clear, not part of SEAL Team 6, but got to augment them. The SEAL teams were sending junior officers out to basically get experience. And so I spent 3.5 months in Afghanistan, out of Fob Shank and Bagram. And so I got to augment the troop that had killed bin Laden. And I tell people, like, look, I was like basically the squire for the ground force commander. But during that time, got to learn, it was a master class in ISR and targeting. The troop would go out in the night and conduct direct action raids. And then during the day, we were conducting kinetic strikes. And that's where, I got to play, a really nice role as a junior officer, just coordinating those airstrikes, which was a lot of fun.
No matter where you're watching Shawn Ryan Show from, if you get anything out of this, please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share this everywhere you possibly can. And if you're feeling extra generous, please leave us a review on Apple and Spotify podcasts.